Hello, everybody. My name is Jesse Hill, and my topic was the Facebook data breach. In this presentation, I will focus on the breach that happened in 2014, and it estimated to affect about 87 million Facebook users. So, what happened? There were three main actors. They were Alexander Kogan, who was an academic at Cambridge University, Facebook, and Cambridge Analytica. Kogan developed an application called This Is Your Digital Life. This was a Facebook app that was a personality quiz that paid out users to take it. The quiz seemed generally harmless, asking typical personality trait questions. Where this application had more sinister intentions was due to it requiring you to log into your Facebook account to take the quiz. So around 270,000 people did that, and the app was able to pretty much just vacuum up all the data that was present on their Facebook. And it wasn't just restricted to the person taking the quiz, it was also able to take everybody's friends list and do the same thing to everybody on that person's friends list. And due to the loose restrictions at the time, Facebook, so far everything the application did was allowed for applications on the platform. It wasn't until Kogan gave the information that he collected with his app to Cambridge Analytica that he was technically violating Facebook's terms of service. So I think it's important to understand who is Cambridge Analytica and what they do with people's data. So we'll take a little look at their history. The company was first started in 2013, and they were provided with a $15 million backing from Robert Mercer, who is a very wealthy Republican who became an early board member for the Trump administration. They market themselves as a company that provides consumer research, targeted advertising, and data services relating to political and corporate clients. The company has also been in the spotlight in the past due to potential illegal involvement with other nations' elections. Britain's Channel 4 News did a undercover sting operation with executives of Cambridge Analytica. During this operation, Channel 4 was able to catch on camera these executives bragging about how they were able to get Uhuru Kenyatta elected in the Kenya presidential elections. The methods that they claimed to do this with was by using spies, bribes, and entrapment using Ukrainian sex workers. Cambridge Analytica's response to all that was really just deny all the allegations. They said they were aware of the undercover reporters and wanted to humor them and gauge their motives by encouraging them. So how was this data used? The data analytics company did not come into the spotlight until the 2016 presidential elections. It is believed through multiple sources and whistleblowers that worked at Cambridge Analytica that they were using the data they collected from Facebook to send specific targeted political ads. They were able to do this by using unique psychometric data models and machine learning to predict people's personalities and political affiliations. The Digital Operations Campaign for Donald Trump claims it did not use their data and instead used data from the Republican National Committee operation. So Facebook's response to all of the backlash is that what Cambridge did was not technically a data breach because they allow data researchers to have access to their data for academic research purposes. They also said that users consent to this when they create their Facebook account. However, the original application developer, Alexander Kogan, was breaking the rules by giving the data to a political consulting firm. Facebook claimed in 2015, when they learned about what Kogan did with the data, they banned his application from the site, and they also demanded that Kogan destroys all the data. Facebook also suspended Cambridge Analytica from the site while the investigation is ongoing. They also hired in a digital forensics firm to determine if Kogan has followed through with his destruction of the data. So after the events with Facebook, the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, was summoned to appear in front of Congress to discuss the potential misuse of his site's data. He told Congress that they do not sell data to anyone and that users have complete control over who sees your data and how you share it. However, according to the New York Times, Facebook allows over 150 companies to view private user data, companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and Spotify. While Facebook has managed to avoid violations of privacy protection regulations, members of Congress say the situation shows a need for national privacy law and that Zuckerberg should be held accountable. While we are still in the aftermath stages of what happened in Congress, privacy experts and lawmakers agree with the calls for regulations on how user data is handled. It is thought that we might look to Europe for inspiration of reforming our legislation, as they are cracking down on Facebook with more restrictions on facial recognition and location tracking. While Congress is figuring out how to handle user data privacy, in 2019, Facebook rolled out a new privacy experience for European users on the site. This experience is more of a second look at the terms of service. It also gives the option to turn on and off certain settings and generally gives a more easy-to-use, streamlined approach to how users manage their data. So for my final thoughts on the topic, I believe the whole ordeal with Facebook and how they use people's data is shady, but I think the responsibility still lies within the user. They should know when signing up for a free service like Facebook, the gain these websites get out of it is their data. And with this data, they can offer the user targeted advertising. And I mean, that it can be good or bad. In the case of the 2016 election, the Cambridge Analytica users were often shown extreme ads that were completely fake. Regardless if these targeted ads agreed with the user's political beliefs, the person viewing it could be part of an older generation or less educated that might take these extreme faked ads as fact and further divide the political climate. In conclusion, I hope recent events doesn't get lost in our 24 hours news cycle and laws and regulations are put into place to help data privacy.